Clean it again.
Hello. Okay. So, how did you find your way to this organization or volunteer work? What?
My grandson did some National Honor Society uh, community service, and I enjoyed it. I went with him and enjoyed it, so I started going by myself.
Can you explain the purpose of this organization or volunteer work?
Yes, it's a animal welfare society, and we take care of the animals. It's a volunteer service that we do, and we find homes for the animals, as well as take care of them and change their cages and take them for walks, feed them while they're in the shelter.
Can you tell me about the specifics of what you do during this volunteer work?
Yes, I volunteer on Sundays because I work full time. And on Sundays, what we do is there's several different areas of the shelter. The first area would be the kennels, which is where the big dogs are housed. And we take them out for walks. There's like four volunteers that walk while the other two volunteers clean their cage and give them fresh bedding and feed them. And another area of the shelter is called a puppy room, and it houses the smaller dogs. Same kind of thing there. We take them outside to walk while people clean the kennels and freshen up the blankets and feed them. The third area is the nursery, which is where the babies are held, obviously. And these are usually a mama and a set of puppies that are very young, still nursing. So they have got to be in a nice, non contaminated area. So very few people are allowed in there because we want to keep the amount of germ spread to limit it.
Hmm.
And the fourth area would be the cat room. These are where the cats run free, and they've been in the shelter a while. They're socialized. They're probably older cats, and they just have an area. It's a big room, and it has all the things they need: beddings and little stacky areas they can climb on, and just anything a cat might enjoy while they're in the shelter.
Okay. What do you like most about this volunteer work?
Being with the animals. I love animals, and I just really enjoy being there, taking care of these animals that don't have homes.
What would you like to change about this volunteer work or organization if you could?
Well, one thing I'd like to do is we have a steady older crowd that does Sunday work, and I would like to have them show some appreciation for the hard work that we do every week while they're home.
Who do you think directly or indirectly is helped by the volunteer work that you do?
The animals and the cats and dogs are obviously helped the most because we play with them, we socialize them, we keep them clean, make sure they're warm.
What lessons have you learned from your volunteer experience?
Well, there's a lot of lessons we learned because there's some specifics that you really don't know. All the dogs have to have chokers for safety reasons while we're out walking them, in case their collar breaks or something on that area. I also learned that many of the cats that live in what we call condos, which is a tall cage with shelves, the litter box shouldn't go underneath the shelves because they stand up when they use the bathroom, and many of the cats can't fit under this short shelf. So that was kind of interesting to learn.
And how important do you think it is for people to volunteer their time within their communities?
I think it's very important. I work full time. I think it's very important that you give back to your community that you live in. Um, there's not enough volunteers for any area, whether it's regular shelters for people that are homeless or need a place to stay, or animals that are homeless and need a place to stay. There's so many organizations you can volunteer at. At work, we collect blankets in the wintertime for the homeless people so that they can have a blanket to keep.
Hmm. What would you say to a young person who was contemplating the exploration of community service?
I'd explain to them how important it is, as they do in school with the National Honor Society requiring them to do some volunteer work. Um, Kids have time on their hands. They need to do something constructive with that time, and volunteering is very rewarding.
Do you have some suggestions for how someone might find a volunteer organization that is right for him or her?
Many of the services in the area have lists and lists of volunteer places that you can donate your time to. Uh, like I said, there's shelters, mini shelters, there's soup kitchens, there's churches you can volunteer at and collect food or help organize. They have baby shower closets where people that don't have anything for their newborns can go and get some things that they might need.
Okay,
So,
thank you. Do you think people have a responsibility to volunteer in some way within their communities?
yes, I think everyone has that responsibility, and not many people live up to that responsibility. Um, I know I've taken my granddaughter to the shelter, and she's helped out. It's hard work. It's very hard work,
Yes.
and she didn't realize that. She thought it was all fun playing with the animals, but there's always dishes to wash and floors to scrub,
Yeah.
etc.
Okay, thank you. That's
You're
it.
welcome.
Okay. Goodbye.